Get in there, my son. Boom, 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 chickadee chanker, lads and lasses. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little transfer news bulletin for you. How's it going? We'll give you all the latest day's transfer news in regards to Manchester United, what's been going on. Any latest news as well that you need to know, lads and lasses. So thanks for joining us. Do us a favour at the start of the vid. Give us a cheeky little thumbs up on the video if you have not done so. Also, if you're tuning in later and watching this on playback. Oh, shit, turn that down. Nobody wants to hear myself back. Smash that like on it later as well. And hit that sub if you're new too. But let's get into it. We've got a bunch of news to get into. I'll just give a few shout outs at the start of the stream. Wherever you're watching from in the world, do get involved. I want to hear from you, Mr. The Special One. And Berber, Griffo, Chaz, Flying Pig United Fan 67, Sports Fervor, Dizzy Red Devil, Travis, Kayam, Aidan, Jonathan, Berber, everybody else. Thank you very much for getting in here for the show. So just to kick things off with, actually, guys, I want to talk about something a little bit negative, really. A little bit negative here, or positive, depending on which way you look at it, but actually not positive, but COVID positive, if you know what I mean. And that is that Manchester United's friendly against Preston, has been called off, guys, after a suspected COVID-19 outbreak in the squad. So some positive tests there, basically, guys. Let me just give you the information on this. So you've probably heard about it anyway. It's released about 2 hours ago from the club. United's friendly against Preston North End this weekend has been cancelled due to a COVID-19 scare. The club confirmed an official statement. So this is the official statement from the club. Maintaining COVID security is a priority for Manchester United. Following routine testing of the first team training group today, we have identified a small number of suspected positive cases. This has led to those people isolating pending further tests. As a precautionary measure based on COVID protocols, we have taken the difficult decision that we will not now be able to play the friendly match against Preston North End this Saturday, the 31st of July. We regret the disruption to Preston North End and disappointment caused to fans. Any Manchester United supporters who purchase tickets for the game will be automatically refunded. At this stage, we do not expect further disruption around our forthcoming fixtures, but we will continue to follow Premier League protocols in this regard. So, yeah, not great, guys. Obviously, we were due to go to Preston and play them at the weekend. That's been called off because we have had an outbreak of COVID in the training group, basically on Thursday today. So that's not good news, guys. That's not good news. You know, this is something that is probably going to continue to happen every now and again for various different teams throughout the leagues. You're always going to have somebody contract the virus at some point, somehow. And there's going to be a little bubble here that gets it, and they're going to have to isolate them. That's going to happen throughout the season, unfortunately, guys. And it's actually really bad, I think, for Manchester United, this, because, okay, they said that it may not affect any of the remaining fixtures other than the Preston one that they called off. But what if it does? I mean, it's not ideal, is it? You need to have a pre-season, and that's what I'm concerned about. It's not good for us because we need to obviously get game time, get experience, get players in, have time for them to gel. Our new signings, etc. And if there's a chance that we're not going to be playing games, obviously that's going to hurt the team in our preparation for the start of the season. So, yeah, very disappointed about that one, guys. But I just thought I'd let you know in case you hadn't heard the news. Thank you, ADV. He says, hot transfer news, Piggy Power, leave a like. Thank you very much. Yeah, do hit that like at the start of the video if you're just joining us there. Mad Animal Mikey, hello, bro. He says, club needs to be safe this close to the start of the season. Oh, definitely. Yeah, they definitely doing the right thing by following the protocols here. I'm doing good, thank you. One Love United, Fergie Stan. What's going on, bro? Good to see you too. Thanks to everyone who's joining us. So that's the first thing I wanted to just talk to you about, which was the fact that the COVID-19 protocols mean that we're not playing Preston this weekend, which is a bit of a shame, isn't it? Because I would have liked to have seen, you know, some of the players that we haven't seen yet feature, which they would have done. But anyway, here we go. We've got an update on Varane here, guys. This is obviously what you came for, maybe in regards to the latest Varane stuff. Rafael Varane is a red. It's just a matter of time until he's flown in, completed his medical, and signed, or not signed, but yeah, you know, signed on the dotted line, crossed all the T's, dotted the I's, and all the rest of it. Finalizations of papers, and he will be a red, guys. Quarantine period, of course, has to be a few days. So at this moment in time, we're just expecting an impending Rafael Varane. He is, you know, imminent. He's imminent on his way to complete a medical and obviously do a quarantine period. Now, he may have to do a quarantine period first, or they may be able to do the medical during quarantine. You know, we'll obviously give you the latest when that happens. Fabrizio Romano gave us an update tonight on Twitch, and he said this: Varane update. Next week, the player will sign the contract. It's official. He is a Manchester United player. Don't worry. So just anybody out there who's worried a little bit about this one, look, the same sort of thing happened with the Sancho deal. It took about a week once it was announced for us to actually get him in here and get him stood next to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer holding the shirt. So it's probably about the same thing for Raphael Varane. Give it about 5 days, guys, and he will be stood next to the baby-faced assassin, towering over him, no doubt, as well, because he is a big lad. And will be a Manchester United player. I'm absolutely loving it, guys. We've got a little post from Sergio Ramos. Nice little Sergio Ramos post on social media here, who just gave his former teammate all the best luck, basically. He did an Instagram post, and it just said, it had a picture of him next to Champions League trophy. Oh, no, sorry, not the Champions League trophy. I'm guessing that is the La Liga trophy. I don't know. But whatever. And it says, "Dear Rafa, I can only thank you for these years of friendship, camaraderie, and triumph. I wish you good luck in this new stage, which I'm sure will be exciting. If we face each other, always with the team from your country, right? Take care." So, so yeah, obviously him being a Frenchman, yeah, nice one, Ramos. Nice little touch though there. They have played together a number of years and won a whole lot of stuff. This is a new chapter, obviously, for Ramos going to PSG and Varane coming to United. I really do hope that we draw PSG again in the Champions League stages, group stages, or whatever, because I hate PSG. I love smashing up PSG. Something so satisfying about Manchester United smashing up PSG, isn't there? Something so satisfying about it, guys. I think it's because they're basically the French version of Manchester City. Financial fair play, avoiding, greasy backhanders, oil money club, and with a bunch of prima donna, Dobby little Di Maria meltbags in there as well. And people like Neymar, who were just complete divers, featuring at the Olympics this year. Obviously got silver medal on the board, didn't he? Anyway. So yeah, guys, that's just wanted to tell you that Sergio Ramos posted. But anyway, so that's the Varane update, guys. Within the next week, he will be a Manchester United player. Next week, the player will sign the contract. It's official. He is a Manchester United player. Don't worry, guys. Get in there, my son. Hashtag who's buzzing. A smash of 69 in there if you're buzzing about this one, though, guys. Varane is a huge signing. A huge signing. A huge signing. I'll get into the live chat real quick, actually, see what you guys think about this latest stuff before we get on to the next topic, which is quite interesting as well. Hey there, Travis, how's it going, mate? You all good tonight, dude? Jonathan Gallagher, what's happening? Hey, Ellie's just dropping in as well. She says, absolutely cream crackers. So getting off the bed, like and subscribe, maybe about in a bit if my mind plays overtime and I cannot sleep. Ellie, have a great night. Thank you so much for getting in here. Really appreciate you. Yes, have a good sleep. See you later on. Take it easy. And Mr. Dante's in here too. He'll be taking over the night shift. He says, imagine being a Real fan and seeing your whole central defence disappear for £40 million. They've had an absolute shitter, haven't they, this window? You actually think about it. Yeah, okay, they've got Ada Milita there. They've got, I think they've got Nacho, don't they? I also think they've got, they just signed David Alaba, didn't they? They just signed David Alaba. So they have, replaced 50% of their defence. But overall, it's not been a very good window for Real Madrid defensively. I think that's a really good point. They've had a complete nightmare in this window. They've lost one of their greatest players ever in Sergio Ramos. I mean, that's a understandable one. He's 35. He's winding down. They did offer him a contract. It was just less money. They're under financial difficulties at the moment and duress. So it's quite hard for them to play ball maybe with some of the big boys around Europe. Rushy says we got 39 likes. Nice one. Bacon Brigade, assemble! Smash the thumbs up if you're just joining us and get involved, peeps. Josh Lee. Did I hear about the comments made by Charlie Austin about Wan-Bissaka? Yeah, I did. What a fucking absolute melter. That's all I can say about Charlie Austin on that one, mate, Maybe he's just having a bit of bounce, whatever it is. But he basically said that he doesn't think Aaron Wan-Bissaka is actually any good at defending. Okay, well, I've watched him over the last 2 seasons. He's absolutely bossed it up. What I do know about Charlie Austin, he's not even been playing at the top table of Premier League football or anything for the last couple of seasons. You know why? A bang average championship player, mate. So, do we really want to comment on a pre-season game where Aaron Wan-Bissaka was surrounded by kids and it's just a chance for him to warm up and get some game time? I don't know if you guys remember, last pre-season, Wan-Bissaka was guff as well. And he also started the season really quite badly. Don't know if you remember. Bad pre-season, started the season badly, but as soon as he got into the swing of things, he's missed a consistent 8-legged spider every single week all over again. So, I'm not worried about Wan-Bissaka's defensive abilities, and Charlie Austin clearly is just a bit of a twat. Anyway, Benny Boy, what's going on, bud? Adam Talk Sports. Oh no, let's get some love hearts in there for Adam Talk Sports. Sorry to hear you're feeling unwell, mate. I hope you feel better soon. Holy crap. Roy Camfield, I'm not too bad, mate. Thanks for asking. And Hiroli says, how are you? I'm good, mate. I hope you're doing good too. So yes, guys, just to clarify, Raphael Varane's coming to Manchester United the next, imminently, where there will be a quarantine period and a medical taking place, whether that's at the start of a quarantine period or after a quarantine period or during a quarantine period is another story. We'll keep you up to date with that. But yeah, don't worry about it. He is coming. He is a Manchester United player. It's just a moment. It's just a matter of getting him in here. There is a quarantine period and him signing a new contract. We have a tweet from Yanan Fjortoft earlier, who came out and just said, after Sancho and Varane, now Trippier moving. Could it be a window hat trick? Still think Man United need an extra striker too. Right, okay. I mean, let's talk about the Kieran Trippier league, guys. I think that Kieran Trippier is going to happen. This is my hunch on it, right? He's 30. He's just won the Liga there. You know, they are having some financial difficulties at Atletico Madrid. I don't know his contract, but I'm guessing it's a reasonable amount because he was at Spurs before. He wouldn't have gone for any less money to Spain. So he must be on a decent whack there at Atletico. He's getting on a little bit. It's a chance for them to cash in and get some decent cash. We're talking 30 million euros. They're asking for 40 million euros. They're not going to get that for him. That's cray-cray. He's got about a year left on his contract. But because of the injury issues that we've got now, I do believe that we will sign him this window. That's just my hunch. Yeah, there's every possibility we could just keep Diogo Dalot and maybe use him. But this is the thing. I'm just not too concerned. I'm just not too... I'm a little bit concerned, I should say, with our defensive abilities in those areas. I think Dalot's good going forward, but defensively, I'm just not so sure about the lad. And he's young and he's getting better and he's improving and he's going to have that trial by fire and get the experience to get better. But should he be doing that elsewhere, like last season when he was at AC Milan, getting a lot of good game time and stuff like that? Maybe at this moment in time. Because if we put him in there in a game and we need to have a performance by, you know, someone and he doesn't perform, then what are our other options there? We don't have much depth there. Let's say Aaron Wan-Bissaka is injured and you have to play Dalot in a big game and he gets undone because he's not actually that great defensively. Then we're shafted, aren't we? So we do actually need Trippier a little bit more than I thought we did at the start of the window, because also we've got injury concerns there right at this moment in time. Tellez is out injured. Luke Shaw, we do have an update on Luke Shaw. We'll get into a little moment, but Luke Shaw is currently injured as well. So we are expecting Luke Shaw to be okay just about for the start of the season, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. So if you factor in those injuries that we've got right now, Tellez has been injured. And, of course, the fact that that Luke Shaw, you know, he stayed reasonably fit all season last year, but he does have some injury concerns. I think it's fair to say Luke Shaw's a little bit injury prone. So it's a concern. I think it makes a lot of sense to get Kieran Trippier in right now. Plus, if you factor in the fact that he is a proper footballer in the sense he can play the balls, he's got the vision, and people slagging Wan-Bissaka clearly didn't see the game against I've already forgotten who we played now. Crikey, mate. Brentford, because he provided an absolutely beauty assist for Elanga. And you know what? He did that a bunch of times towards the end of last season. People slagging him off. But okay, it's not his forte. Well, Trippier's forte is that sort of stuff. It is delivering balls in. It is taking set pieces and dead balls and corners and stuff like that. That's actually a really good point to make about Kieran Trippier. He's not just a defender, a right back, a wing back. He is actually just a good all-round footballer, and he could provide us something a little cheeky, a bit different there. Okay, so I'm just going to ask you a little cheeky question in the polls here, guys. And I'm going to ask you a few things. Let's just see what you guys think about it, right? So, Yanan Fjortov just said that we are looking at signing Trippier. Could it be a hat trick? And he also said he thinks we need a striker too. So I'm just going to ask you, which position should we strengthen the most, basically? And I'll ask you just let me know, basically. Let me know what you think. Have a cheeky little vote in the poll. And we're going to go with these positions, okay? Defined different positions, different defined positions. I'm going to ask you a poll, guys. Have a cheeky little vote in the live chat and let me know. But Yanan Fjortoft, suggesting that, now Trippier's moving, could it be a window hat-trick? I see this happening simply because there is a finite amount of time left on his contract. He is a diminishing asset there. He has just won the Liga there, leaving on a high. Atletico are in financial difficulties. They could do with generating a bit of cash. Man United are looking for cover in that position. He can also play left back as well, as we saw Gareth Southgate utilise in the Euros. He did play him a game at left back instead of Luke Shaw, and I was like, what the fuck you doing, paper bag head? But you know what? It's a good option. It's nice that you can have it, that you've got a good player that can go either side if you absolutely need to. Now, he's obviously a right back, but because we've got Luke Shaw out, Tellez out, these guys out, it makes a lot of sense to maybe bring it in right now. Plus, it's just really good competition for that right back spot as well. Anyway, Wan-Bissaka has been really fantastic for us over the last 2 years. As far as I'm concerned, we don't need anybody else in that position for the next decade. If he can continue as he is, if he develops as he's going, he will be the best right back in the world. I actually truly believe that. Defensively, he already is, basically. I don't see how there's anybody who's better defensively than him. I think the other aspects of the game need a bit of work. Maybe needs a bit of better work in terms of judgment and his delivery and vision and that sort of stuff, which will hopefully come with years and experience. But actually, as far as an out-and-out defender goes, the guy's an absolute spider. But Kieran Trippier, expects to move. This is from Samuel Luckhurst from the MEN. He says, Kieran Trippier expects any move to Manchester United to materialise towards the end of the transfer window. United are now placing an emphasis on outgoings in order to secure any more incomings. So yes, I don't know if you guys saw earlier, but Solskjaer did mention some things in regards to some loans, and people will be looking to go out on loan this summer. There's a few players, people like Phil Jones, Twan Zabi, who will be offered out on loan. Other players as well in the youth setup that need to go elsewhere to get game time. It's understood AC Milan are interested in taking Diogo Dalot on loan for a while as well again. And I think that does make sense, especially if you're signing Kieran Trippier. And Dalot, people might say just sell the guy, but he's actually good talent. He's just young and he needs some game time. I actually do like him as a footballer. And I think he's a good attacking wing back. He just needs to develop other aspects of the game, and going to do that at AC Milan is a great place to do it. He actually played quite a lot of games, a load of games for them last season, and got a lot of good experience. That's what we want to see. Those are ideal opportunities for these players to get game time and experience. And he's only 20. Give him a couple of years, he could be forcing his way into the first team. That's how it works. He needs the game time to get better. Right, so £30 million he's rated at, guys. I want to ask you in the live chat now, how much would you pay for Kieran Trippier? Bearing in mind he's 30, he's got a year left on his contract, obviously. He does have very good Premier League experience. He's been playing with the England setup for a good number of years now. It's obviously a big part of England's run to the semis of the World Cup. And, of course, the final of the Euros just gone. So he's definitely a good standard, good quality player, guys. How much do you value Kieran Trippier at? I'm going to say that United should pay, we should be looking to pay about £25 million for this guy. £25 million, maybe even £30 million. I mean, Atletico, I don't know about that. That's a bit much, actually. Listen to this. Atletico signed him, obviously, that summer. I think it was 2019. They reached the final of the Champions League. They reached the final of the Champions League in 2018-19 season, and Kieran Trippier had a really good season for them. And then I was a bit surprised, actually, that he went to Atletico Madrid, because I didn't really understand it. I don't know why Spurs got rid of him. He was doing really well for them. I guess he wanted to go, had a new challenge, maybe better money, saw a great opportunity there at Atletico to win something. And you know what? It's actually made perfect sense for him to do that, because it's moved his career on. He's still been part of the England setup. Sometimes that's a concern for players going abroad, that they're going to be forgotten about and not getting the England team. Didn't happen with him. And in fact, it just helped his career. Now he's now he's going to join Manchester United potentially, and he's just been playing for England all Euros, and he's won La Liga. He wouldn't have won a trophy staying at Spurs, would he? Nah, he wouldn't. So actually, Kieran Trippier did the boss thing by leaving for Atletico Madrid a couple of years ago, and they signed him for £20 million plus add-ons. He's obviously done really fantastically well since then. He won the La Liga, and we're prepared to wait for him now until the end of the season. And they are hoping to sell him. Atletico Madrid are hoping to get around about £30 million for him. But as I say, they paid £20 million for him, plus add-ons a couple of seasons ago. He's only got older. Okay, maybe his experience is better. Maybe he's in a better place in his career, to be fair. But I don't see how they can value him for much more than that, really. £20 million plus some add-ons. How can they really value him for much more than that? He's only got older. He's only got a diminishing contract now with only a year left. So it doesn't really make much sense, to be fair. But anyway, this is what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said in regards to Axel Tuanzebe and Phil Jones and these guys in regards to loan deals and stuff like this. He said, I can see, of course, with Raphael looking like everything is sorted there, and we've made that deal, I can see Axel going out, Solskjaer said. That's because I've got Raphael, Maguire, Lindelof, Bailly, and Phil Jones is coming back in. He's due to start training over the weekend when we've got everyone in on Monday. That's a big plus for him. I've had similar troubles in my career. He's such a professional, good lad, and it's great to see him ready to train again. So hopefully he can, first of all, train with us and then get good game time soon. If he can play in the under-23s to start with, or the reserves, or we can arrange a behind closed-doors game for him because I know exactly the feeling after being out for so long. This is in regards to Phil No Bones Jones, sorry, right? You just want to feel your way in. He's always served the club, and it was time for him to look after himself and his own health. But now he's ready to train for us. Train with us. Fucking hell, mate. Phil Jones, he just will not go anywhere, will he? What an absolute lingerer. They should call him Philingerer Jones. He should change his name to Philingerer Jones, mate. Because he is the biggest lingerer I've ever heard in my life. We just need to get rid. But the thing is, you know why he said he's coming back into the first team there? Because he's on 100 grand a week. And do you know what? Nobody wants him. He's impossible to sell. He's the most unsaleable player ever, guys. Pretty much. He's the most unsaleable player since Ched Evans. You know? And that's for entirely different reasons. I'm not calling Phil Jones I'm just saying. Nobody wants the guy. He's literally like, just, oh man, he's basically a human stink bomb. You know what I mean? You put him in a crowd and it disperses. If you just want to control people with COVID crowds, just get Phil Jones scarecrows up and around the place. That'll sort them out and disperse those crowds, no doubt. Unbelievable. No, seriously though, what is going on there? Anyway, Axel Tuanzebe going to be going out on loan. I don't really like that one, guys. This is my feelings on it, and I may have talked about it a little bit like in the watch along and stuff recently, but for anybody who doesn't know, these are my feelings on Tuanzebe. He's a good young player. He's not that young. He's 23/24. He's not that young, but he is a good player, and he hasn't really had a fair crack at Manchester United yet under any manager. Even Solskjaer has played him a few times over the last couple of seasons, but not really. Not had a good run in the team. He sort of had a game here, looked really good, been taken out. Come in, looked okay, been taken out, come in. Had a bit of a dodgy game, been taken out, come in, had a great game. He's just not had a clear run in the team, and that's fair because, he is a younger guy and he's not one of the senior players. But I don't think it's actually that fair when we have people like Victor Dwindloff completely melting all up the gaff the last couple of seasons. I would have been happy with Tuanzebe and Maguire a few more times. I would have liked to have at least seen that experimented with a few more times to see how much Tuanzebe could have developed in the side. And I just think by doing this, by loaning out a player like Axel Tuanzebe and, having Phil No Bones Jones come back in here. I mean, there are clubs that supposedly linked with Phil Jones, people like Newcastle, Southampton, but I just don't see it realistically happening because of the money that he's on. So we're pretty much stuck with him, guys, anyway, and that's disrupting the centre-backs. I mean, Solskjaer doesn't want this citizen here. He doesn't want this guy in here stinking up the place with his gun tactics. He obviously wants to have those assigned set of players there. So he just said he's got Maguire and, of course, Varane coming in. Those are his first choice two centre-backs there. Then behind that, if you ask me, obviously, seniority-wise, it's got to be Bailly and Lindelof. I don't really rate Lindelof that highly, but I guess he's going to be here at the club as a backup and he's going to play still a reasonable number of games, which does mean that there is no place, I suppose, for Tuanzebe and Phil No Bones Jones. Now, you are going to have some games when you're going to play three at the back, so that's going to increase the number of centre-backs you're going to have. You are going to have some injury concerns. You are going to have some lesser games. You're going to rotate. So, I actually do think we should probably keep hold of Tuanzebe. Why don't they just free transfer Phil Jones or sell him to Chester United instead? Just sell him and or free transfer him, guys. Look, what's the difference? This is the difference, basically. He's just taken up a space in the team, in the dressing room. That's the only difference you get from terminating his contract early to paying his contract over that period. I don't really see the difference. Like, they should just free transfer the guy. Smash a one in the live chat if you think they should just free transfer him. They're going to lose the money either way. They're paying him weekly to drive that pink Lambo to training. He's using up resources at the training ground as well. At least if you get rid of him, you know, you can cut down on the electricity bill for his hairdryer, the food that he's eating in the canteen, etc. You know? Somebody else can have his parking space. You know what I mean, guys? Like, there is some good benefits to just free transferring him right now instead of just letting his contract run out for the couple of seasons that they're still on it. It's actually ridiculous. Like, it doesn't make a difference with Phil Jones. All he's doing is just hindering people around him. But because of the situation, because nobody wants him, because he's on so much money, he's stuck. He is just literally unsaleable. It's ridiculous. Right, let's get into the live chat and see your Phil Jones vibes. Few ones coming in the live chat. How you going there, Sin Games? Good to see you, bud. And Eddie O2, what's happening? Yes, Eddie O2 says, drop your customary like, dude. Thank you very much, guys. Over 100 of you legends in here right now. Thanks for joining us for the nighttime show here. Do us a big favour, yeah. Twat the thumbs up button. Get involved. Give it a share on social media if you can as well. That would be absolutely massive. Thank you very much. Okay, right, guys. So you've a lot of you have voted. We've had over 100 votes on the poll here very quickly. What position should we strengthen most now? Centre-back, right-back, CDM, or central midfield? So the CDM is obviously the clear winner. Yeah, I thought it would be, to be fair. A CM would be nice too, but definitely, you know, you look at that CDM area, the players that we have to play there. Matic, Fred, yeah, we definitely could do with improving that position. So I'm going to end that poll there, guys. But clear winner, CDM, absolutely agreed. I would be well up for getting a a box-to-box midfielder if Pogba goes or something like that. One well up for being getting in Kieran Trippier or something like that too. I think 5 at the back is a thing of the past. You know, I don't see Ollie doing it at all next season. Interesting, Griffo. I mean, he has done it the last couple of years. Because we have got Varane, though, maybe we won't be so exposed there, I guess, because he's supposed to improve our defence markedly here anyway. And maybe we won't be as exposed at the back, you know, when we do have teams breaking against us. That's the theory anyway, so you might be right. But I actually think that Solskjaer implemented those 3 at the back systems very well generally throughout his United career so far. You know, getting the job done over City a couple of times with it, and PSG in the Champions League. He has utilised it to good effect. So it will always be there. And also, you know, United do have to do different things when we're on the road. Like if you go to Chelsea, Stamford Bridge, or you go away at Anfield, you know, these are big games where you can't necessarily just go attacking gung-ho tactics. Or you might have to set up a little bit more defensively, try and hit them on the counter. What I like about United's team is we've got the perfect team for counter-attacking football in the sense that we have really quick forward, Sancho's lightning, Rashford's lightning, you know, all these guys up there. We've got great players who could just move it ridiculously quickly, haven't we? But yeah, you might be right, Griff. I do think Solskjaer's moving towards that swashbuckling style of football. He's had to get the results. It's a results industry. He wants to play super attacking football, I'm sure. But he knows that over the last couple of seasons, in order to keep his job and progress United and get us qualified for Champions League and improve us, we have to get the results too. So it's a balancing act. You can't just go full on attack, because you probably will lose a number of games. Some games, like going away to City, etc., or Chelsea or whoever, you're going to have to play a little bit more reserved. Hey, Callie Sparrow, Janice Fracklas, how you going tonight, sir? Good to see you, bud. Hey, we got a new member in the live chat. Get in there, Shadow Boy, mate. Nice one, dude. Welcome to the Bacon Brigade. Hey, everybody, can we get a cheeky little Bacon Brigade emoji in there for Mr. Shadow Boy for becoming a member of the channel? Really appreciate that one, dude. Nice one. Get in there, new member of the channel, Shadow Boy, everyone. Thank you very much for supporting the show, dude. Get in there, you legend. Nice one. Thank you, Rushmono. He says subscribe to the channel. Yeah, if it's your first time here as well, guys, smash that cheeky little subscribe on it and get involved. I'll be on here for a little while longer, so don't you worry about that. Yash, how you going? Yash, he says, with Varane and Maguire, we don't need a typical destroyer, in my opinion, as many will sit back against us. We need someone who can distribute well, is tenacious, and can switch play and set the pace of attack. I like that, Yash. Yes, a deep-lying playmaker of sorts is what you're talking about here. A Michael Carrick-esque type player is what you're talking about here. Maybe Ruben Neves, maybe Sal Niguez. Oh, yeah, I like it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw. I do really like that idea, though, getting a Sal Niguez in or a Ruben Neves, one of these pass master type players who are also sound defensively, but they're not, like you say, like an out-and-out destroyer. Yeah, I think that's what's been allowed and afforded to us now by signing Rafael Varane is we can look at some other players in that position that don't necessarily have to be that complete defensive boss to protect the back line of melters, because ideally now we've got a super solid back line. Luke Shaw on current form's best left back in the world. Maguire, in fact, on current form over the last year. Man, he's solid as a damn slab. And then you've got Raphael Varane, who's just coming in, who hopefully will be the perfect foil for Slabby and will hopefully continue his great career that he's had by winning things. Wan-Bissaka on the right, damn almighty. That guy's the security guard at Fort Knox in his fucking spare time, mate. That's how secure that guy is. So we don't need to worry about the back line, hopefully, this season. So that's a fair point you brought up there. I would still like to see us getting out-and-out true CDM, but you're so right. Like, if Sal Niguez comes in or Ruben Neves or someone like that, then that's going to do the job for us absolutely spot on. Yeah, thank you, Shadow Boy. Says, I told you I was going to become a member. You're a man of your word, mate. I appreciate you, Shadow Boy. Thank you so much for that, mate. That's super kind of you, man. Get in. Welcome aboard the Bacon Express. Please keep your arms and legs and all other appendages inside the vehicle at all times. And hang on to your seats, baby, because this one's going to be a screamer. Right, we've got a bunch of United news to get into here, guys. You know what I'm going to do, actually? Guys, do us a big favour here. So we've got a cheeky little football content awards thing coming up, right? And just going to have a final push for it. I think nominations end in a couple of days. So I'm just going to put it in the live chat there, guys. Football content awards there. Vote for me. I'm going to pin it to the top of the live chat. Click that link at some point at the end of the stream or now or whenever you want. And that'll open the Football Content Awards voting page. All you need to do is write Flying Pig United, Flying Space Pig Space United, Flying Pig United in the small creator / vlogger section in the best in video category. There's 3 different tiers. There's like big company, medium company, and small vlogger / creator. I'm obviously an independent individual, guys. I just do this on my own. I do have a great community of people that help me out with things as well, like graphics and articles and website stuff as well. Mr. Sing Games, Griffo, Nathan, Travis, Rushmano with lots of, you know, there's a great, but basically I'm an independent dude, you know. So so that's the category. So go and give us a vote up and maybe we'll get nominated and get nominated for an award at the Football Content Award, guys. That'd be pretty sweet. So yes. Oh shit, I tagged Eddie O2. I pinned Eddie O2's message accidentally. Well, let's read Eddie O2's message. He says, Calvin Phillips is an England legend, and Ollie should be smashing more of the bank for him. Prior DM. Sorry, pinned the wrong one. There it is, guys. So vote for me in the Football Blog Awards, Football Content Awards. It is there. Is it gone up to the top of the live chat? I can't see it. It's still got Eddie O2's pinned. There it is. There it is. It's up there now, guys. So click that, vote for me, and just type Flying Pig United. I think you probably have to put Flying Space Pig Space United, as in just the space, not write the word space, and put that in the best in video category for the small vlogger / creators. Nice one, guys. Thank you very much. Yes, well, Paul Ramsey says we are trying to sign Sal Niguez. So let me just tell you this update in regards to Sal Niguez, guys. We have a Fabrizio Romano latest in regards to this, guys. So this is what Fabrizio Romano said tonight, though, on Twitch, or this afternoon on Twitch. He basically said, Manchester United does not have a priority to sign a new midfielder yet, maybe in the coming days. So, yes, we have a short list of players in the midfield position we're interested in. We know that much. There's Declan Rice. There's Ruben Neves. There's Sal Niguez. There's Yves Bissouma. There's a couple other players, too. There's a bunch of different players. Camavinga's another one we're interested in. So there's a lot to do in terms of the midfield position. In regards to Camavinga, we have an update on Camavinga, which is simply that Camavinga is seriously thinking about waiting until next summer to pick the best option for him, Fabrizio Romano said today. So, you know, he may stay at Stade Rennes for another year and play, but the chances are, in my opinion, he will go in this summer window, you know, for anybody that comes in with a decent offer, whether it's a La Liga team, PSG or Manchester United. I think if there's a good offer there this winter, of course he'll go. So Stade Rennes will want to cash in too. He's not exactly going to want to, unless he signs a new year contract extension or something, just for the love of Stade Rennes. Maybe that's the case, but I don't see him sticking out. I think that he will sign a big contract with one of these top European clubs, and all the top European clubs, as soon as one bid goes in, they're all going to come in. They're all going to fall like dominoes. They're just going to get those bids in as soon as one goes in, because everybody wants this guy. He's a hot property. He's only 18. He's already part of the France staff, already doing special things. So Camavinga is still on Manchester United's radar. We understand, that's what Fabrizio said anyway, that we don't have a specific player that we're, prioritising in that position right now. There could be a number of things that happen. Let's just say West Ham phone us up and say, hey, can we get Jay Lings back, please? And you go, okay, yeah, well, you know what? Seeing as you want Jay Lings, we'll give you 40 mil and you give us Declan Rice. That could happen. It's a decent deal, homegrown player, Premier League experience. Makes sense. Or the Sal Niguez deal. We could go in for a cheeky little Sal Niguez bid. So this is what I want to tell you about Sal Niguez. I've got some information here. And all it is that a number of clubs are interested or have made contact, it's understood, with Sal Niguez. So such as Chelsea and some other top clubs around Europe. I'm just struggling to find the... oh, here it is. Yes, Liverpool and Chelsea asking about his situation. So Manchester United have been calling for Sal Niguez, as well as Liverpool and Chelsea asking about his situation. However, only if Niguez has moved to Barcelona definitively collapses, United and other English clubs will decide whether to open real talks. So this was from Fab yesterday in regards to an update on Sal Niguez specifically, but today he did say that there is no specific priority player we're looking for in that position at this moment. We're just going to shop around a little bit, I guess, and see who's the best player we can get in, really. Solskjaer obviously has got a number of factors to consider. Depends what goes on with Paul Pogba. Pogba's contract is still up in the air at Manchester United. We don't know if he's going to sign a new contract or whether he's going to leave for PSG or somewhere else this summer, or whether he's going to stick it out and leave on a free next year for a big money payday for him and Fatty Pie Finger and, Riola. So we don't know if that's going to be the case just yet. So that is a factor. But I do think that we're definitely, well, not definitely, but I do think we definitely should sign a midfielder in this summer transfer window if we truly want to be super competitive this season, because that CDM position is a concern for me. Even with Varane coming in, Fred I don't think is good enough really for the top echelon games. Same goes for Matic nowadays. I think there was a period in time, a few years ago, where Matic was absolutely world class, but we just haven't seen the very best of Nemanja Matic for a little while. I still think he's underrated though, and I'm happy he's a part of the squad. I think he's a really cool customer and a good experienced head and gives us something good. I like him a lot. People slag him off. He is a bit of a Frankenstein's monster, but he's actually a very cool head to have and come on in games and control things later on and stuff like that. He's the side pass master king. You know what I mean? If you want somebody to come on, win things back, be a big Frankenstein, get their body around a little bit, win things in the air, tackle people, intercept, and also just pass it sideways like a crab. Nemanja Matic is your man, guys. He's your man. Travis says, boom, boom, boom. Yes, Kayam, how are you doing tonight as well, mate? Oh, sorry. Do you know what? I've got my on my phone here. My comments are not live. There you go. Now they're live. Right, guys. So Manchester United, just to give you an update, midfielder-wise, it's understood anyway, we don't have a priority for the midfield position, but there are a number of great players on that shortlist. Ruben Neves, Sal Niguez, Yves Bissouma, and of course, did I say Sal? And of course, Camavinga and a bunch of others, Declan Rice, so we will hopefully see some movement in that position anyway. Just to let you guys know. Right then, Andreas Pereira is, there's lots of headlines about Andreas Pereira today. Did you see his goal in the game against Brentford yesterday, guys? Did you see his goal? Give that goal a rating out of 1 to 69. 69 being epic, of course. So, if I say 69, I would say 69 is, Zlatan Ibrahimovic's overhead kick against England in that game in Sweden that time. I'd say that's a 69, to be fair, because I've never seen something so obscenely awesome in my life. Really, that was a 1 in a bajillion chance of that anybody being able to pull that off. Only Zlatan could have done that, right? That's why I think that is a 69 goal. This one, I'm going to give it a good solid 62. But you know what? It's a banger of a goal, wasn't it, by Andreas Pereira? It's just on the volley first time, 30 yards out, bing, right under the top of the crossbar. Tony Yeboah, eat your heart out, son. It was a fantastic goal, man. And that has obviously ignited a few rumours around today, and also maybe got a few teams interested in Andreas Pereira. Maybe that's why Solskjaer's been playing Andreas Pereira in the midfield, because he wants to put him in the shop window to try and get a move for him. And just that goal that he scored may have added a cheeky little £1,000,000 on his transfer fee as well, because wow, what a goal. When somebody scores a goal like that, it does go around the world on social media and stuff like that, and people take note. It's only a pre-season goal against Brentford, but still, it's a perfect opportunity. If you're trying to sell someone, nice that you put them in a game where they score a beautiful goal, isn't it? It's only going to benefit them. It's like a year ago, nobody would have really been interested in Jesse Lingard. Maybe there would have been, but you can't really say that there are people lining up to sign Jesse Lingard from Manchester United because he was just in a really bad run for a couple of seasons. Give him 6 months at West Ham, watch him start him absolutely boss it, and all of a sudden, he's getting back in the England setup. All of a sudden, he's garnering the interest from a couple of different clubs, and there's teams that are willing to pay 20 million for him, maybe. So, it can happen. We've got a super chat here. Thank you very much for the super chat. Super chat. Let me give this a refresh. Hey, it's Blue Clouds TV, mate. Hey, it's a super run with an open in the Cape. All around me, there's nothing but blue clouds. Blue Clouds TV, thank you very much for getting in here, bro. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. Get in there with a super sticker, lad. Nice one. How's your day going, bud? Awesome. Thank you very much for that, dude. I appreciate that, man. Yes, so Andreas Pereira, where was I? Right, Andreas Pereira. So this is it. Andreas Pereira is interested in moving to Fenerbahce, who have consulted Manchester United. So Fenerbahce, Turkish side, interested in bringing Andreas Pereira in this summer. That's what we understand right now, guys. There is interest from Fenerbahce for Andreas Pereira, and the condition for the feasibility of the transfer is that the value is reduced and Man United do not maintain a request to 25 million euros. Wow. So apparently we're holding out asking for 25 million euros for Andreas Pereira. How much do you value Andreas Pereira at, guys? Let me know in the live chat. Let's go with pounds. Forget the euros, Monarchy. We live in England, mate. Right? No, let's go with pounds. How much do you think Andreas Pereira is actually worth? He's quite young. He's been playing for Manchester United. He's got a decent experience. I think he could do a good job playing for, like a team like Lazio, or decent standard team elsewhere. But I just don't think he's top level player. I'm thinking £10 million. I'll be honest with you. £10 million. Come and have him. Come and have him for £10 million, to be honest. No disrespect. 15 million, says Alex Walker. 15, says Huge Baboon. 15, says Jonathan Gallagher. 20, says Chuff. 20 million. 20 million for Andreas Pereira. Ooh. 15, says Franklin Copeland. 13.5, says Jordan Lewis. Fair enough. Well, you guys all value him a lot higher than I do. I'd give you maybe, I don't know, a multi-pack of Watsits and a packet of pork scratchings for the guy. 15 million, says the Vutinator. Well, most people voting for around 15 here, so I think that's a fair amount to get for Andreas Pereira. And if Fenerbahce want to come and get him from us, then see you later on, son. Let's just put a cheeky little vote in the live chat then, guys. Andreas Pereira, sell or keep? Andreas Pereira, sell or keep? Get it in the live chat. Hey there, Primot, what's going on, bro? Josh Lee thinks about 17 million quid for the lad. Yeah, fair enough, Janice says he was so good at Serie A, mate. Everybody's good at Serie A, though. That doesn't really impress me much. Serie A's kind of a little bit of a, don't want to say it, but a little bit of a joke these days, mate. No, it's not. But in the 90s, it was the best league, in my opinion, particularly the early 90s. It was the best league around. But it has fallen off a lot over the years. It's just not that good now. And it's just a bit slower. I mean, look, these players are still bosses over there. And I'm sure if a lot of them came over to the Premier League, they'd do great. But like Chris Smalling, he's like a boss over there. He's not that great over here. People like that. And there's just many a scenario where a player goes to Serie A and just has a much easier ride than they do. Look at Paul Pogba. A younger Paul Pogba was absolutely tearing it up for Juventus in the Premier League. But 5 years at United, I don't think he's had one season as good as one at Juve. So you have to say that hasn't exactly, proven that the Serie A is still up there. You don't want him to stay, says Dennis Natali. I don't want him either, Dennis. I'll be totally honest as well. I think Pereira's just taken up a place in the squad for somebody else. Hey, almost at 100 likes. Everybody have a cheeky little like spike. If you're just joining us, leave a thumbs up on it. It's free. That will help us out a bunch. Give us a boost on the algorithm and help us give a stone cold stunner to those clickbait, money-grabbing merchants that you know of. Many of them. You know what I'm saying? So support your local pig. Smash the thumbs up on it. Also, check out the website for your United Daily News. You can read your daily news on unitedflyinghigh.com. We hit 100. Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. Shadow Boy gets those Phil Jones emojis in there. Yes. Phil Jones, what a calamity. Bell says, if we were looking to buy Pereira, he'd cost us 40 million, so half that is fair. Oh, man. Imagine if we were looking to buy Pereira. I'm glad that's not the situation right now. Hey, he's a decent player. Don't get me wrong. He is a decent player, but I've seen enough games from him over the last couple of seasons to know that he's not a very good player. He's not really going to give us that much. Okay, he did score that spanker. It's against Brentford in the pre-season, though. You know, I don't really gauge performances from these players against lesser teams in the pre-season. It's a pre-season anyway. It doesn't really account for that much. I want to see how players do in competitive games of football in the league. And from what I've seen from him, in almost every competitive game of football I've seen from him, he's been subpar. He needs playing time, says Dennis. Yeah, he does. He's going to get some game time. Put him in the shop window. Griffo says, what's the latest on fan cams and sub call-ins for the new season? Don't know, Griffo. What do you mean? You mean with this channel? Don't know yet, Griffo. I'm working on a whole bunch of things, mate. Oh, fan cams. Oh, sorry, yeah. I'm working on it, Griffo. I'm working on it. It's very difficult, mate. Logistically, you know, I did have a couple of people that were going to do it. Now I've got had one of them not be able to do it, but then I've got somebody else who's messaged me saying they can do it too. So I'm working on it, Griffo. There's a lot goes into it, mate. It is a logistical nightmare because it's not just one person you need. It's also two, and it also costs money and stuff. So yeah, but I'm working on it, Griffo. I'm working on it, dude. What do you mind your own business? Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, right, let's get on to the next let's get on to the next piece of information. We've got a little bit more to get into, guys. I'm not going to bore you too long tonight. We are going to do a FIFA stream at 11:30 as well, so make sure you come back for that later on in the channel. We'll be doing the reward show, so get involved. But Andreas Pereira, you know, interested, Fenerbahce interested. Right, Fabrizio Romano came out this evening. Damn it, mate. It's absolutely gas-tastic. I really don't want this to happen. Manchester City are now in direct contact with Aston Villa for Jack Grealish. Negotiations ongoing to reach an agreement. Not going to take long. Decision to be made in the next few days. Aston Villa have already offered Grealish a new contract. They hope to keep him. So, of course, they want to keep him because he is a huge player for them. And you know what? He is a local lad and he loves the club, and that is a big plus point for them. He may well stay another season. You just never know. He may well stay longer because he does love the club. He seems like, you know, somebody that maybe, you know, might stay a little bit longer, kind of like Harry Kane or these guys might stay a little bit longer at the club and then move on a bit later on. You just never know. You might stay another year there, see how because they did have a decent season, see how well they can finish and stuff. And that might mean a lot to him being a local lad. But let's face it, if Man City come knocking, they're the champions. They're the team that's going to be challenging for everything. You are going to be playing with some of the best players in the league, and for one of the most decorated coaches in the history of the game. So it's a very and also you get paid more money. Like I'm sure Manchester City will pay a lot more money than Villa. Villa will probably break the bank in terms of their wage structure though to try and keep him because he is a heck of a talent and he's such a huge player for them. And he could be the difference between them staying up and them getting relegated, or even dare I say these days them getting into Europe and them not. So he's definitely a huge player for them and they should do absolutely everything they can to keep him. But if he does have his heart set on leaving, or if he gets his head turned by City, it's going to really, really piss me off because he's a United player through and through. He's exactly who I... bloody moth. Anyway, he's a United player through and through. I'd love to see him at United. I think he's the sort of player that drives a game. He's got a bit of arrogance about him. He's got a little bit of, a fight in him. And yeah, he really does cause a lot of problems anytime I've seen him play, pretty much. You know, very rarely do I watch a game of football that Jack Grealish is in and he doesn't steal the show, honestly. Like, he is, whenever I've seen him play, I've not watched every Villa game this season, but, you know, a handful. Whenever I've seen him play, he's always done really well, even for England in the Euros, coming off the bench, setting things up and stuff in a short cameo appearance. You know, he's definitely a good influential player for whatever team you're going to put him in. And if City get him, they are going to be a stronger outfit for it because he's just a good character as well. And if they do get a striker as well, then City are just going to be a stronger outfit than they were last season. So, you know, Romano giving us the update and saying that negotiations are ongoing to reach an agreement. It's not going to take long. Decision to be made in the next few days. So let's just hope that Man City do not sign Jack Grealish in this window anyway, but I wanted to talk to you about that. So other clubs' transfers is as well. Ben White has signed his contract with Arsenal until June 2026. Official announcement soon. Done deal confirmed. Paperwork's completed between Arsenal and Brighton too for £50 million fee. What an absolute shit show. That's a rip-off, isn't it, guys? £50 million for Ben White. Ooh, and we got Rafael Varane for 43. Suck it! You know what I'm saying? They've been absolutely robbed. Absolutely robbed. Okay, United are yet to assess Luke Shaw's injuries. He is understood to be confident of being fit enough to start in the Premier League opener and is likely to have 2 weeks of training in the run-up to the Leeds game. So that's the latest update from the MEN in regards to some information on Luke Shaw. Hopefully it's accurate that Luke Shaw will be available at the start of the season. So, you know, there's a little bit of good news, but again, we're not exactly 100% sure if that's accurate. Alex Telles has of course been injured. He's not going to feature for a little while in the season either. So I think Trippier, something like that coming in, does make a heck of a lot of sense. AC Milan interested in loaning Diogo Dalot another season, but there's a chance he could stay if the deal for Kieran Trippier cannot be agreed. Southampton have so far been put off by the 3.75 million cost in fees and wages of a loan deal for Brandon Williams. So that's the latest on some of the loan deals. United obviously are going to experience a bit of injury concerns at the start of the season with Telles out, potentially Luke Shaw, Rashford, of course. So Rashford could spend like 12 weeks out, which, you know, is a long period of time to be without Marcus Rashford. Is a very good player because he needs shoulder surgery. I still haven't got an exact confirmation of whether or not it's been signed off on him going to go under the knife and have the 3 months off yet. There's some discussion that perhaps he may not do, and they may just manage it throughout this season again, which, you know, I don't think that's right. I think they need to get him mended. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said, though, that a decision on whether Rashford should undergo surgery or not will be taken once the player returns to the club. He did say that a few days ago. So, you know, we'll bring in more on that. It's a shame to be to be without him for a while, but I think it's the right thing to do just for him to get back to 100%, really. Okay, by the way, guys, so Manchester United, some people came in here yesterday and said, obviously, we signed a young player from Liverpool, right? And just to give you an update on him, I mean, I don't know too much about him, but Ethan Ennis confirmed this week he will join Manchester United, leaving Liverpool. Ennis rejected Liverpool's advances to stay, along with an approach from Chelsea. United fans like him already. Ennis played 7 times for Liverpool's under-18s in the league and once in the FA Youth Cup. In these 8 games, he managed to score 5 goals. He scored a hat-trick against Sutton United in the Youth Cup. You know, he's just he's a young lad who's got a really good talent in the future, and we've pinched him from the Scousers. So get in there, my son. You know, just it's not great, crazy transfer news, but this is another one of those players, another one of those youngsters who's just added to this list of really great young players now at the club who, give it 5 years, maybe not 2-3 years, but give it 5 years. Some of these players are going to be mint. And Langer's 19, and you've got Mejbri there, you've got Mengi, there's Garner, there's Ethan Ennis now. And, you know, you will be keeping a lookout for these guys and how they develop. So I'm very, very happy that we're still thinking about the future and signing youngsters and trying to get better in the long term and not just in the short term. We actually do have a really great crop of young talents again. Could be the next class of 92. I actually do believe that. Like, if you look at some of the great young players that are in our youth setup now, the potential is there anyway for a lot of them. You can see the potential is there for a lot of them. Whether or not they're going to fulfill that potential is another story. But I can see a real special crop of young talents in the youth setup at the moment. And I'm bloody loving it. Okay, nice one. Absolutely lovely stuff. Absolutely lovely stuff. Right then, guys, I'm going to get into the comment section. I'll just give you a quick rundown. If you're just joining us, do smash that like button. Do subscribe if you're new, and do get involved in the live chat. We'll have a Q&A for 5 minutes at the end here. But United's proposed friendly with Preston is cancelled due to COVID scare. Players testing positive in training, and they've cancelled the game at the weekend. Varane update. Next week, this is from Fab. Next week, the player will sign the contract. It's official. He is a Manchester United player. Don't worry. Oh, shit, Matty Rushmano's just sent us an update here. Thank you so much for the update, Rushy. Oh, no. He says up to 9 Manchester United players / staff have tested positive for COVID-19. No way. Up to 9 of them. Dudes, that's really bad. Crikey. And that's just the ones they've tested. I mean, who knows if it's gone. I guess they've tested everybody now. But still, 9 people having it. That's really, really bad, guys. Because they're going to have to go through quarantine periods, and it's time they're not going to be able to train and be a part of the first team. And it's just disruption. And also they're going to have to do lots of different precautions to make sure there's no spread of the disease and all that sort of stuff. It's actually a complete nightmare. That's really bad. What a disruptor for the pre-season there, guys. What a disruptor. You know, give it 20 years ago, you used to have to worry about the lads, you know, getting a spate of gut rot from drinking a dodgy barrel of beer the night before. You know, but nowadays, fucking COVID-19, mate. Holy shit, it's always popping up dodgy stuff. I wonder if that's going to be in the next Football Manager game. You know, like on previous Football Manager games, like sometimes you get like an outbreak of a flu in your squad, and it says, "Oh, these players have been sidelined for a few days due to an outbreak of the flu in your squad." I wonder if they'll put that in the new Football Manager, where it's like a COVID-19 outbreak has happened and 21 of your staff and players are out. They probably will. Anyway, right, okay, so Trippier also understood that he's expecting to leave towards the end of the transfer window. That's what's going on there. And United still interested in Trippier. Pogba update from Fabrizio Romano. He just said that United are still hoping to keep the player at the club. PSG are not close, no agreement. That's the latest on Pogba. And also, in regards to Saul Niguez, United have been in contact, as well as Liverpool and Chelsea. However, it's suspected he may go to Barcelona at this stage, but if that breaks down, then United and other English clubs will decide to open talks. Man United does not have a priority for the midfield position at this moment in time. Fenerbahce interested in Andreas Pereira. They do not want to pay £25 million for him, though, and they're going to have negotiations there in contact. Camavinga is up in the air at the moment. There's no decision right now about if he's going to stay at Rennes another year, maybe sign another year contract, or just leave on a free in a year, or whether or not he can get a big money move this summer if teams are coming in for him. I still think that United should go in for him. Smash a one if you think we should go pay 30 million and get Camavinga right now. And City in direct contact with Grealish. Negotiations ongoing to reach an agreement. Not going to take long. Decision to be made in the next few days. Filth. Ben White has signed his contract with Arsenal until June 2026. He will move for £50 million. AC Milan interested in Diogo Dalot. Sergio Ramos congratulates Varane on his move and their great career together. We signed Ethan Ennis, snatch him from Liverpool. And that is the latest news, guys. So everybody, please do us a big favour. If you enjoyed the show at all, hit the like button and make sure you are subscribed. I'm going to stick around for 5 minutes, though. Have your say in the live chat. I want to hear from you. This is the interactive part of the show. I've just seen the time, though. I've got a FIFA video set up for 11:30. So I can't stick around too much longer, but give me 5. My volume keeps dipping. Really? Oh, no. Oh, shit. Hey, guys, give us a cheeky little 69 in the live chat if I've been coming through okay, loud and clear for you. Smash us a different number in there if it's a shit show. Oh, shit, we got a K-Cadet Super Chat. I'm so sorry, K-Cadet. How you going there, K-Cadet, bro? Super chat. He says, the hills are alive. The hills are alive with the sound of Piggy. The smell of bacon for 1,000 years. Fair enough. Okay, we've been coming through fine. I think, Berber, you've got some fluid in your speaker grill, mate. Damian Turner. Alex Walker says if we sign Camavinga, he won't get in the team straight away. Absolutely not. He's only 18, this guy. Like, and he's also not ready to be a CDM for Manchester United either. Like, he's more of a box-to-box player. So I think it'd be a great signing for us, though, in addition to the squad, and I agree with you. There's not many 18-year-olds ever that could slot into a Manchester United team in the Premier League and warrant their place week to week and do a good enough job. Some, of course, we've seen them ourselves, Mr. Wayne Rooney being one, but there is not that many. Camavinga may well be one of those, but I do expect his development in the club to be, you know, a reasonably steady one. I don't think he's going to be thrown in there in the lion's den and just have to fight it out in the Premier League from the off. We could be expecting too much from an 18-year-old kid. What we need to do is sign him up and then use him here and there and just bring him along nicely. Bring him along nicely as we have done with the likes of Greenwood or, you know. Surely he would get in the front of Fred? Yes, well, I think his best position would be alongside Fred as that box-to-box player, basically. Can Phil No Bones Jones spare me 1 week's pay, says Spoken Reasons? I think not. The K-Cadet says, surely he should be going all out for Ruben Neves. Great shout, yes, I think so. Well, look, there's a few players we should be going all out for, to be honest, because we just need a player in that position. Any of them actually would do the job, but I do rate him probably. I think he would be one of the best signings because he wouldn't cost too much money. I think you could get him for 40 mil, tops, really. I think you could also understand there is that connection with Bruno Fernandes there. They're going to be playing together for club and country for a good while. That's always great to have a bit of, national camaraderie on the go in the squad there. That won't hurt at all, having another Portuguese player in there. We've got Diogo Dalot there as well. But it would be nice for Bruno to have that midfield partner in crime there. I think that's a great idea. Also, he seems like a nice lad too, and that is important, I think, for this United side. You know, he is a good lad, and Ruben Neves has got some great technique. He scored some lovely goals over the years, some ridiculous volleys, but also he's just a good sound. He's also sound defensively, but he's a good pass master and playmaker of the ball. And I think we could do a lot worse than him. So I think that's a good shout. But I would actually be happy with anybody in that position. I'm not going to lie. Sal, Rice, and of course Ruben Neves. Hey man, what's the latest? Varane medical soon then? Absolutely, Ryan Martin. Yes, so for anybody who's panicking about this situation, don't worry. Fabrizio gave us an update tonight and just said that he will be on his way to Manchester soon. He will sign up the contract soon. And of course, a medical will be pending and it will be completed very, very soon. So give it probably 5 days and you'll see him as a Manchester United player, maybe 7 days tops from now. So get in there, my son. Still buzzing about that one. What will happen to Aaron if we sign Kieran, says Sam Gaming? He will still be I think he will still be the #1 choice in a lot of games because he's the most sound defensively. What you can see Kieran Trippier do is maybe for the start of the season where Luke Shaw is going to be out maybe for a little while and Telles is injured, you might see him play over there sometimes, but also he can deputise for Wan-Bissaka. He can come on later. You do see Wan-Bissaka run ragged a bit sometimes. He works so hard and he's got so much emphasis on him in the squad. He's so important to the squad that we play him a lot of games. Last season, towards the end of the season, he was really tired again. He gets, you know, he's definitely somebody that we push to the limit, I think. And if we could get somebody in to help him, take some of the pressure off and some of the importance of the role of the squad role, maybe like, you know, he's playing a few too many games right now, I think, Wan-Bissaka. We should have somebody come in who can take over sometimes and also come on late in games and be a substitute. And if you need somebody who's a bit more attacking, maybe somebody who can get a really great ball in, a corner, a free kick, he's a good option to come off the bench. So I still see Wan-Bissaka being the main choice, main defensive choice, but we just may see Trippier being the main attacking choice, playing in some games where we feel like we're going to have a lot of joy and we may need, you know, to get those balls in and, you know, that sort of stuff. Alex Roche, what's going on there, dude? Ryan Martin, how are you going anyway, sir? Jonathan Gallagher, Mason M, we've got Dalot wide by Trippier. Well, Dalot's kind of a little bit shoddy defensively, I think. That's just my opinion, though. I mean, I think we saw it in the last game, actually. He was tucked up once defensively, wasn't he, against Brentford? So it's not like he's a bad player. I think he's actually got real good technique. I think he's good going forward. He loves running and bombing down that right-hand side, guys, and that's what he's good at. Or the left-hand side, as it was the other day. You know, he likes bombing down. And I kind of did feel a little bit bad for him because he's not a natural, you know, he is a right-sided player playing on the left. But even so, he's bombing down. He likes getting forward. He likes getting balls in. But defensively, again, it's not his forte. He's another Telles. Yeah, ZX Flame says Trippier would be our best right back. I mean, it's kind of hard to argue with right now. Southgate selected Trippier and 3 other right backs ahead of Aaron Wan-Bissaka in the England squad. But for me, having watched Wan-Bissaka over the last 2 years, I think he is going to be the best defender around in a couple of years. And he's already basically the best defensively. And there's all different aspects to the game, though, isn't there? Going forward, vision, and also just like coolness on the ball and stuff like that. Rushmano says, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Matty Cruz, for subscribing to the channel. Nice one, Matt Cruz. Legend. Trent over Alexander. No, definitely not Mason M. Maybe going forward. Definitely going forward, but not defensively. No way. They're two completely different players. One's a real beast attacking-wise, and that is Alexander-Arnold. And the other one is an absolute beast defensive-wise, and that's Wan-Bissaka. There's space for both of them, sir. Right, guys. Zed explains, positioning isn't great. Okay, well, we'll see what Varane does there to help him, because a lot of the time I think sometimes Wan-Bissaka goes inside. He goes inside because he's worried that the bloody centre-backs are going to bottle it. Or even Solskjaer said, hey, get in there and help with the balls coming in sometimes because we've got shithouse Lindelof in there. That's what it seems like to me. You're right, Wan-Bissaka needs to stay out wide more. No, Sam Gaming, you're not banned on the gaming channel as far as I know. The K Cadet Makuni Kisembe says, what will happen to Bissaka if we sign Trippier? He'll still play and they'll probably just split it 50-50 basically. Thank you, Rushmano. We're coming in hot this season. You know it, Makumbe Kisembe. We are, aren't we? Oh, we're coming in hot. Varane and Sancho in the door. And now we just need to get a midfielder. And potentially Trippier coming in would be a great winner. I can see it happening, guys. I really can. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back in just under an hour on the channel with a FIFA stream. In fact, I'll put it in the live chat. if you guys want to go over there and continue the chat with the Bacon Brigade community here, you can also smash a like on it before it starts. That'll help us out. But before I do pin that and change the pinned comment at the top, can you all just click the link there? There's a click the link thing at the top of the live chat. Click that. It could take you to the Football Content Awards voting page and just vote for me, Flying Pig United, in the small creator / vlogger best in video section. If everybody could do that, we might have a chance of actually getting nominated. So click that link and just enter Flying Pig United into the small creator / vlogger section in the best in video category. You don't need to sign up or submit any details. Just write Flying Pig United and go down to the bottom and press submit. And that's golden, sir. Thank you, Big L. You too, mate. Stay sexy. We should train Shaw for the right back position. Well, okay, fair enough. But we got Wan-Bissaka the Spider, and we need some depth anyway. You know, we need some depth anyway. And Luke Shaw's just made that position his own. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to disrupt Luke Shaw there. I think he's the boss at left back. He's the big Billy, big bollocks boss of left back in the world right now. Thank you, Bob. Says top content once again. Thank you so much, mate. Take it easy, Ryan, Jonathan, Travis, Makuni, Sam, Big L, Kate Cadet, Ryan Martin, everybody else. Thank you so much for tuning in. Come back after this video is finished. Have your say in the not live comments. Get ye thoughts in, and let's have a cheeky little debate. Come back, have a comment, and let me know your thoughts about anything we've discussed in the live chat. Thank you, Dizzy Red Devil says, you got my vote, pig. Thank you so much. Big Shawberto Carlos, oh hell yeah. Gassed about Raphael, Shaw's left foot too. Yeah, I don't really want to see it. I think just stick him on the left-hand side. Right, anyway, hang on a second. So, right, yes. FIFA stream. Boom. There we are, guys. So there's the FIFA stream. If you could all go over there and smash the like, and when this video finishes, you can also continue the chat with the posse if you want to do that. But thanks for watching this vid. Do make sure you've hit the like button before you go. Subscribe if it's your first time here. Click that little bell icon to be notified when we post and go live, which is every day. And I will be back in your live tomorrow with the latest transfer news. Hopefully some really good news coming, guys, over the next few weeks. I think we're still going to do a good bit of business. Things are looking up. We've signed 2 huge players already this summer. I know Varane's technically not right through the door over the line yet, but, you know, as we understand it, he is a red. It's just a formality now. And the other players hopefully coming in still could happen. 1 or 2, who knows? We'll keep you posted on this channel. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great night. I'll see you later. Suhas, Kate Cadet, Jonathan, Vutinator, Travis, Ryan, Rushy, and every single one of you legends out there. Take it easy. Much love to the Bacon Brigade. Have a great evening. And I shall see you on the next one. And come on, United. Damn it, I keep pressing the wrong thing. Bye, guys. bye.